What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Of course, now everybody is getting involved in the Black Americans versus Africans debate, all right? And of course, you know, me living in Africa, I've seen this debate coming from a mile away ever since I've been noticing that tensions have been rising. But again, I've been noticing that this trend where you're seeing a lot of African Americans, or Black Americans, should I say, saying that, hey, listen, we don't want to be African, okay? We are not African. And so now that's the debate. You got Africans saying, what are you talking about? You are African by DNA. You have Black Americans saying, we don't identify with you guys. You're a completely different group, all right? And the person that had a whole lot to say about this was our girl, Amanda Seales. Amanda Seales definitely got involved in the conversation. Now, Amanda Seales is not a dummy at all. She went to Columbia University. She's very smart, okay? She does have a whole lot to say about certain things, but let's listen to what she has to say.
African Americans aren't African, we're Indian. You go ahead and believe that. I guess the Africans in the Caribbean and Brazil, they're the only ones who are Africans, but not the ones in the U.S. Sound dumb as hell. Aren't I West Indian? My mother is. My father is not. My father is the descendant of chattel slaves in the United States. Why do we have to keep going over this? Do y'all lack the capacity to understand that people are multidimensional? That is how we became people, bros. Do you know that the original peoples, there was only like 10,000 of them, and they was all intermingling, and that's how shit expands? Hello? No, I am not West Indian. I am Caribbean. The Spanish did the Carib and Arawaks. The Carib and Arawak Indians of the Caribbean. Okay? And thus, I am the descendant of those who came after that. I am not the descendant of a people. You see how that's not possible? You see how that's not possible? My mother's side, in the Caribbean, I am not indigenous. I am the result of chattel slavery and colonialism. Yeah. I know, it's crazy. And on my daddy's side, I am the result of chattel slavery and colonialism. Now, there may be some Native American in there, but it's not enough. And this consistent necessity to disassociate, I don't know, there's like this weird obsession with like talking about what we were more than talking about where we are. Does that make sense? Christopher Columbus was no more of a serial killer than Joseph Biden.
So first of all, Amanda Seales admits herself that she is part Black American, part Caribbean, and that all blacks, in her honest opinion, come from Africa. She also takes, it seems to be a subtle shot at those people, and we do have them, saying that they are Native American Indian. That's something that some blacks are trying to say right now, that, hey, you know, we're not African or whatever, we are Native Americans. You know, you actually have those people saying that, all right? So, but anyways, here's what I really think is on the line here. Number one, the problem is not that Black Americans do or don't feel that they come from Africa. I don't think that anybody can necessarily deny that. Some do, but most don't. Most people will believe that, hey, the roots come from Africa. Even Tariq Nasheed has like Ogun juice, which is like, you know, Yoruba that he sells. So, okay, most people are not disputing that. What people are disputing is where they are now. And that's what she's saying, where they are now. Where we are now, it is clear. And this is a person that lives in Uganda. I love Ugandans. I love Kenyans. But, I mean, especially here in Uganda, though. Kenyans a little bit more progressive. It is clear to many Black Americans interacting with Africans. There are are some similarities, but the differences are many. And when you come across those differences and you couple those with bad experiences, and then you couple that with the fact that Africa is not winning as a whole, yeah, it's easy to say, look, if I'm gonna take L's, let me take my own group's L's. And let me explain what I mean. Look at Africans. When Africans come to America and Black Americans have our problem, hey, Africans quick to say, I'm not that. Don't group me in with them. I'm African. I'm Sudanese. I'm Nigerian. I'm Kenyan. I'm Ghanaian. Same thing with the Caribbean. Haitian. Don't group me in with them dudes. That's not me. That's not what we do. Right? So then, when Africa is getting a bad rap, corruption, certain levels of disease, certain levels of non-development, yeah, then Blacks will say, well, Black Americans, that's not me, because y'all not winning. You know, you have to come to America to win. So that means you're not winning. Why should I be you? And, you know, I always hear people saying, you know, it's cool to be African now. I've heard that. People are jealous now that, you know, the Africans are on the rise. And let me just say this. Africa is definitely getting more respected than in the past. And the world is starting to see a lot more positive things happening from Africa. But the reality is, it's hard for somebody to identify with something that they don't understand. Okay? Like, don't get me wrong. Africans and Blacks are very, very similar if you stay there long enough and you hang around them, but I can't take credit in Africa's success because I don't understand it. I don't know their story. I'm talking about the average Black American. The average Black American don't know their story. The average African does not care or understand what Black Americans are going through, what they are going through. Same thing with me in Uganda, I'll be honest. When I come to Uganda, and the lovely people in this country have really suffered a lot. They have suffered. I'd be lying to you if I told you that they haven't. They have. There is so much gatekeeping, so much corruption, so much lying. The opportunities are small. Everything that you want to think that can go wrong has gone wrong. Okay? When I come here and I'm able to talk to you every day here on YouTube, I can talk about my stupid ass stories and clapathon texts, and because I'm a Black American, I have that privilege. And now I have a paying audience that follows me all around the world. And I'm at the gym that I want to be at. I'm living in an apartment that I want to live in. I'm not thinking about their problem. And it's hard to say that it's not that I don't care, because I care, but I can't understand what a Ugandan that's living on $1 a day or $2 a days, what that's like, or what it's like for a Ugandan to come from the village and then come into the city like Kampala and then do extremely well. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what it's like to have a family. And I heard a case of a story where a person got poisoned, a rich person, because they wouldn't give their family any money, almost died. I don't know what that's like. This is not every family, but I don't understand those struggles. I don't understand those problems because simply I've never had those problems. I don't understand cultural norms. I don't know what it means to be Buchiga, what it means to be Buganda. I don't know it to be Luo. I don't know. And Luo's also in Kenya too. It's a bigger subgroup. I can only understand what they tell me. And that lies the difference. Then when you have folks that start being rude, or, you have a bad experience with a Black American or African or whatever, then, hey, well, I don't want to waste my time with you anyway, because the truth is you don't have much opportunity or time when you are somebody's in the foreign group. What do I mean? If you are Kenyan, for example, and I'm a Black American, it is easy for a Kenyan, if I offend them, to write me off and the rest of my group off completely. It is very easy for them to do that. Why? Because I'm not their people. I'm not a part of their group. So they don't have to waste extra time in trying to figure out, well, let's make this relationship work better. No, because they don't owe me nothing. Like, man, I don't know you. And so that's what happens. When Black Americans get offended by Africans, nobody sits back and says, you know what, African brothers and sisters, let's work this out. Nah, because you're not in the culture. When I get into it with some dudes from the community, and, we might go back and forth, but, man, that's my brother, man. Like, all right, cool. We was beefing and everything like that, but we the same people. Even though I might not say it like that, but that's how it's eventually going to come off, right? And I'm probably, if it's not too egregious, I can let it go. Now, if it's another person from another community and you do it, like, no, you're not getting away with that. I'm gonna punish you for that. You gotta pay for that. Now it's all bad now. Now we funkin', like we say back in the day in Northern California. Now we funkin'. Now it's on site with your group. See, this is how all y'all act. You see how easy we say that? It's how all y'all act. And so what Amanda Seals don't understand, it's people don't really dispute the genetic origin. It's the we don't understand you origin and we not y'all origin no more. That's where we at now. A lot of folks don't want to get that. That's the origin we at. And these conversations ain't got much to do with DNA. It's y'all over there, y'all not us. Y'all, y'all couldn't be like us on either side, and you don't bring no value to me. See, all this Pan-Africanism and all this stuff, it don't work when ain't no value being added. I mean, I'm gonna tell you a story, man. There was a lady I had met. I don't want to say her ethnicity, but she was in the pro-black community. She had something that was going on that was really popular. I was trying to support her with it. Every time she reached out to me, can you share this for me? Can you post this for me? Can you do this for me? And it's like, all right, cool. I don't mind doing it for a few times, but it just became like, let me just use you all the time and what you got. And, obviously she keeping all the sales for herself, which I don't care about, but why is everything gotta be so transactional with you? And now, okay, all right, now you're not even Black American, you from another place. I ended up having to block her. Like, I was so disgusted with that person. Like, are you serious? Man, I can't even deal with you. And then so like, you're not offering me no value, you only get value. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell you about Africans though, man. Like, wherever you deal with them at, as most people, but Africans in general that I've met, they ain't dealing with you unless you're giving them, you gotta bring them something, right? That's most people, but it's pronounced. But I would tell you, a lot of problems that a lot of people in the diaspora have. Black Americans, Africans, y'all take a lot of value, y'all not really giving it like that. So you want stuff and then you don't give it. That's the biggest complaint. And I would have to say I've seen that. So when people feel like they can't get nothing from you, it might be the single Black Americans. They don't want nothing to do with you. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shirley Jackson, back at it again with episode of Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate for all you do. Turn the bell. We're out.